Hi everyone, well I'm Germana Carolina, I'm here again for another video, a new video, and today I would like to talk about something you are very familiar with, and it's culture. I mean, everywhere has to do with culture, everywhere is described by culture, but even if it is a very popular topic, it's not very easy to define culture, and I'm not going to define culture today, but just in a very general way, when we talk about culture, we talk about customs, about religion, about politics, about food, about music, and so on and so forth. But today I'm very interested in talking about all those concepts that come from culture. Okay, culture, but nowadays we talk about interculturalism, multiculturalism, and pluriculturalism, and many other concepts. We even talk about co-culture. So let's try to make the difference between at least three main concepts. So here I have intercultural, multicultural, intercultural, multicultural, and pluricultural. Well, to begin, multicultural. So it has to do with the description of a society, so the existence of a variety, not only ethnic difference variety, but also a diversity, linguistic diversity, religious diversity, and socioeconomic diversity. We talked too about the difference between these and these. For many others, it's not very easy. They are very, very close and we can get confused. But when we talk about multicultural, we can talk about a description of the society that maybe inside the same group or in same territory, space, we have a diversity. And the pluriculture is just that diversity inside and between the same cultures. But this is not what it is about. The main topic of this is intercultural. This. So when we say, okay, multicultural is the description of that diversity between different cultures. So intercultural is like the connection and the relation between all those cultures. When I say from multicultural, I can go to intercultural. It's a big step, and that's what we have to get. Why today we talk about intercultural? Why it's a very common thing? Because of globalization, because international exchanges, academic exchanges, because of the World Cup, because people are getting married with people from different nationalities, because people are traveling a lot. So intercultural is a really necessity today. So as I said, it's the relation between those different cultures. But when we say that we have to succeed and we have real intercultural communication, is when I behave and when I get an interaction with the other with no stereotypes, with no prejudice. I accept the other without asking or without wondering okay, he's very different from me, I'm very different, I don't have the same thoughts, the same beliefs, the same religion, so it's complicated. You stop thinking about that. You just interact with the other, you get a relation with no stereotypes. That's the objective, and no, it is not that easy. If it would be easy, everybody could talk with no difficulty about difference and diversity. The intercultural was created, at least intercultural education was introduced in the United States, but in Europe it was in France, in the 70s. Because at that time, there were many immigrants coming to France to work. And they came to France, and so with their families, with their children, so children needed to go to school, of course, and they came like to classrooms and schools with a lot of French, and they were like the different people. So how to behave? Do I have to behave as a French person? Do I have to talk as them? So France became like worrying about that and said, okay, of course they have to be integrated in our country, but we need to take into account their background. We need to take into account their customs, their ways of doing. So at that moment, we began talking about intercultural education in France. And today is a topic that is going farther. I mean, today is not only like for migratory waves, but it has to do with education, with schools, with the universities. And I'm very interested in intercultural in the classroom, foreign language teaching. And that has to do with social representations. When we talk about intercultural, we have to talk about social representations, stereotypes, prejudice, and otherness. I mean, that's one of the most important things. So what does it mean? Otherness is when you see with the other person, you get in contact with the other person in front of you, so that's a mirror for you. You can see yourself, you can see your own culture with the other. That's one of the most important things. And so we say, okay, intercultural, okay, different cultures, different people, but it's one of the first things about yourself. Sometimes we don't even know our own culture. We don't even all know our own beliefs, our own customs. We have to begin by that, for understanding ourselves, that we're different, and that we have to accept that in other places, in other countries, they do it in a different way. It doesn't mean that it's bad or good, but there are many options to take, and so we can easily tolerate that. This is just the beginning. There are many things to say about intercultural. There are many research to do, but it's just like a small part for this for today. Thank you. Bye.